Have you noticed how, after a profound spiritual awakening, life suddenly changes its rhythm? Before, you had clear goals, plans, dreams, and an inner fire that pushed you into action. You woke up each day with a sense that the world was waiting for your achievements, but now, something is different. You look at the same things, yet they no longer ignite you. The dreams that once felt bright now seem foreign. The plan you worked on for years suddenly feels too small or even meaningless. This is not the loss of yourself, it's a transition, invisible yet profound. Before awakening, most of our motivation was rooted in the ego. This is not a judgment, it's simply how we were raised. We were told we needed to be someone, to achieve success, to impress, to earn approval. We chased goals without ever asking ourselves, why? The ego always has answers: to prove your worth, to avoid failure, to be accepted, to escape shame or being forgotten. But most of these reasons are built on fear. Fear of not being enough, fear of going unnoticed, fear that without achievements you will not be loved. Spiritual awakening is like lifting a veil from your eyes. You begin to see that much of what you were striving for was not driven by love or joy, but by an attempt to fill an inner emptiness. And when that illusion dissolves, you can no longer move on the same fuel. It's like waking from a dream where you were running a marathon only to realize the race never existed. In that moment, old goals lose their meaning, and achievements that once seemed important now appear small. When old motivation fades, most people begin to panic. Thoughts arise: I'm broken, I've become lazy, I've lost myself. But the truth is, you're not breaking, you're recalibrating. You are in a transitional space where the old identity is dissolving and the new one has not yet emerged. This state is often called the void. It's quiet, unfamiliar, and even frightening. You are no longer the person you once were, but you don't yet know who you are becoming. Our mind hates the unknown. When we enter the void, it tries to pull us back to familiar ground. We cling to old methods, to-do lists, self-help books, productivity routines. But the engine that once drove us is already gone. Trying to force yourself to work the old way is like trying to plug a new system into an outdated power source. It simply won't run. Old motivation was always born from a sense of separation. It was fueled by the belief that you were not enough and needed to become more to be worthy of love or recognition. Awakening reveals a different truth. You are already whole. You are already enough. You are already divine. And when you truly see that, the meaning of the chase dissolves. The emptiness you feel now is not the absence of life, but the absence of illusion, and it is in this space that something real begins to emerge. The new motivation after awakening doesn't resemble the old one. It's quiet, gentle, and calm. It arrives not as a command, but as an invitation, not as pressure, but as an inner calling. Now you act not because you must, and not out of fear of inaction. You act because something inside gently moves you forward, like the tide pulling waves to the shore. You create not to impress, but because your soul longs to express itself. You help not for praise, but because love flows through you and out into the world. To feel this new motivation, you must become still. Slow down. In a world that worships speed and productivity, this may feel wrong, but it's in the silence that you hear the true calling. You're not lazy, you're rewiring, and that requires stillness and acceptance. Your true purpose is not out there. It's not hidden in a new job title or a grand goal. It reveals itself when you stop trying to be someone else. Allow yourself to be empty for a while. Allow yourself not to know. That is where true clarity is born. After spiritual awakening, old motivation fades because it was fueled by fear of being inadequate, unseen, unloved. You see the illusion of the chase and enter the void, a quiet space between the old and new self. This is not the end, but a recalibration. New motivation comes as a gentle pull, not pressure. You act from peace, not fear. You create from love, not for approval. And eventually, you realize you are the purpose. Don't try to force the old motivation back. It's impossible. The void is a sacred space where true purpose emerges. Instead of chasing, focus on what brings peace and heals your soul. Allow yourself to be empty, uncertain, and listen to your inner voice. Over time, you'll start acting again, not for results or approval, but because it feels authentic to you. You don't need to prove anything to the world. You are already whole and enough. Over time, your energy will return, calmer, truer, kinder. It will come not from fear, but from love. Then you'll look back and realize the void was grace, a space for your true self. Now you can live freely because you are the purpose, not the version chasing illusions, but the one who knows their worth and lives in harmony.